Fun, but we don't play. Fun, but we don't play. Fun, but we don't play. Hey! Welcome to the Fun,
but we don't play
podcast. I'm Daranesha.
I'm Regina Marie.
And we're back, baby, with another one.
With another one.
What's been up? I feel like we haven't filmed in a while.
I know. Like us. You know?
Together. We've been putting stuff out because we pre-recorded some stuff, but we haven't been together.
Yes.
I miss you, friend.
I miss you too, girl. You know what I was thinking about? I want us to hang out.
Yeah.
Without podcast talk.
I know. I was kind of thinking that too. I was like, we work a lot together, but we never get to have fun.
I know. I do miss that part. Not it's not anything bad or anything, but I was like, man, even though we have our lives and we're busy and stuff, I'm like, maybe we just go out to eat or something. Yeah. And just just talk about life.
We gotta put that on the calendar.
Yes,
we do. Well, I guess we could talk about life right now if you want to.
Yeah, let's talk about life.
How's it going? Mental health check. What's up? What's good?
Mental health check. Honestly, I feel great.
Mm-hmm.
It's like this, and then the enemy be trying to creep up a little bit, and then I gotta stay prayed up,
Mm-hmm.
So but I can say right now I'm at a consistent here.
That's good.
Yeah.
I love to hear that.
Thank you. What about you, friend?
I'm making it.
Okay.
No, I'm not gonna lie. Things are good. Work is work. It's good. Working on a documentary. That's going well. I should be shooting pretty soon, so I'm excited about doing that. This will be my first
hit me up. Need some ideas.
I might need an extra pair of hands. But this is my first documentary I'm doing. Not solo, but it is solo. It's my doc. But I have a production crew helping out. So
that's super fun.
That was one of my goals for this year. So I'm happy to get that going.
Yes. So what does that look like for you? As far as, being a wife, having a full-time job, and having a side passion, also having the podcast. Mm-hmm. What does that look like on a day-to-day for you?
It's not as hard as it sounds. I just have to force myself on my free time, because I do have free time. Mm-hmm. I go into work pretty late. My shift starts around 2:30. So I have the whole, first half of the day to work out, clean, make food, and write some things down for the documentary. I have time. So I just have to force myself to do it, because it could get easy to be okay, let me work on the podcast. Let me try to find stories for work. Or let me just not do nothing. Yes. Because that's important too. But I've been really trying to push myself to make it happen. So I finally got a date on the books. So now I have no choice. I have to hit these marks so that everything can be prepared for this day. So I'm not wasting my money. You know?
Right.
So it's really not that bad. It's all about time management.
Yeah, that is true.
No.
Yeah. So do you want to share with us what the doc is about, or is that more of a surprise?
Y'all see.
I know how to wait
on it. I don't want anybody trying to steal my idea or nothing like that. So we're just gonna cook it up, and then when we get close to, I don't know how I'm going to release it. I don't know if I'm gonna. Well, definitely gonna put it into a film festival. What beyond that, I really don't know. But you guys will see it eventually. Probably will be next year, but you'll see it.
No, what I realized, I guess my idea process on filmmaking was a little ignorant, because I didn't realize how much time it takes to even create the writing part, the filming part, the editing part. People be working on a film, they just released it, but that was 2-3 years ago they was working on it.
Yeah. I had this idea starting last year, and then started working on it last year. So thankfully I'm not writing a movie, because that takes a really long time. This is a documentary. So the story's already written. I just got to tell it.
Yeah.
So that's the easy part. But once I shoot it, yes, I have to go through all the video, because I want to produce it myself too. So I have to go through all the video, figure out where I want, how I want things to flow, and all of that. So hopefully my goal is to have this done by August, though. That's my goal.
Yes. So when you say that you're going to tell the story, that means you're going to narrate it?
No.
Okay.
No, I'm not. I'm going to ask the right questions so that I can allow them to tell their own story.
Okay. Because I was going to ask, I wanted to hear your narrator voice. Because I love hearing your news voice. And and even whenever we talk like on a regular, I can hear it. So I think you're just a natural at it now.
Maybe. Who knows?
But I be trying, I don't know.
You're a natural. You don't have to try though. You
know, like my news reporter voice. I be sound like Jamaican mixed with French. I don't know.
Let me hear.
Oh, okay. Today we will be reporting at 8 a.m.
You there? I can hear it.
Okay.
I can hear it. But no, I'm not narrating this. Even though I definitely could like narrate a documentary, but I want this one to just be. I don't want to be in it. I just want to be in the background.
Yeah.
So that's the goal with this.
Good.
I'm excited.
Yes. Y'all support y'all friends. All right. Y'all have a friend that got something going on in the makings of something. Just be in that corner, support them. Just be that ear, be that, make sure you pray for them and their success.
Yes, that's so important. Pray for them and be there. Because sometimes people be wanting to support people they don't even know. Yes. And then don't support their actual friends.
Mm-hmm. And then I saw this quote. It was like, people want to support you until you win. And it's like they love you when you down bad.
Right.
But the moment you on top, like they stop.
I know her. That's my friend. We've been cool since nah. Yeah. So when I asked you for a hand, you weren't there. But okay.
I actually wanted to talk to you about something. I'm not sure. Well, you're familiar with the whole Breakfast Club situation, right?
Yes. Okay. So Jess with the mess is, and her I guess she's not a co-host. I guess she does the breaking news or the news portion of the Breakfast Club. I think her name is Lauren. And there's some beef. Well, pretty much with all of that.
Yeah.
She, Jess left because she had a baby. Then the other girl, Lauren, came and filled in for the show. And I had already saw it. Then people were kind of like pinning them against each other. Like, oh, I like her more than Jess. But it just came to a head.
Do you feel like whenever you're going through a situation with your coworkers, do you prefer to handle it privately or publicly? And if you was to handle it privately and you seen that there's nothing being done, do you feel like, okay, I need to handle this publicly?
I love the fact that they handled it publicly because I wanted to see it. So they talked about their issues on the podcast. And so I loved the back and forth. I think their ratings were up too.
Yes.
And the type of show they have, I think that was actually perfect. But in my real life, the professional thing to do, you can't do something like that. Yeah. Like I couldn't get on the anchor desk and be like, you know what, Tim, I got beef with you. Yeah. Like we can't do that. So it definitely have to be something private that I had that conversation with them. Yeah. But I love the fact that they did that publicly. Because we all wanted to hear it.
No, for real. I wanted to hear it too. Yeah. And honestly, I do believe that two things can be true at the same time. I think sometimes we think, okay, this person is right, this person is wrong, but both have valid points. And I think like what maybe the thing that was missing is the backside, the back part. Like the reason why there's issues in the front is because the back not tightened up, like so whatever conversations that needed to be had, expectations, God, whatever, that should have been communicated. Because now it's coming into the forefront. But maybe that was done on purpose because, beef brings ratings. Feud brings ratings. So it's like maybe they was like, we ain't gonna say that, like.
Well, honestly, it was the mess with the social media. So different like social media personalities came out and was saying how they felt. People were saying that they thought the girl Lauren was better than Jess. And because Jess was a comedian, she came up on social media that some were claiming that she didn't deserve the job. And Lauren is an actual journalist. And I feel like they have two separate roles. Lauren is a journalist. She does the news part. And Jess is a comedian. Like, they both bring different things to the show. So I don't understand why it has to be a her situation. Yeah.
Jess makes me laugh. She's funny.
She's funny.
She says things that, like, we may think but don't say out loud. Right. Like, and I feel like she brings a special point, And then Lauren, she gets on there and it's very informative, Like, so I'm like, they both bring something new, but I really they both bring something different and good, but I think it's deeper. I just feel like when we think about like culture, when we think about the music industry, the entertainment industry, they always want to pin black women against each other.
Yeah.
And maybe it's more than just black women. That's what I see.
Mm-hmm.
Think about the Monica and Brandy.
Yeah.
Like,
mine.
Yeah, two greats just can't,
right.
like be together. Then they want to pin Cardi B against Nicki Minaj. It's just always this thing. And I think at one point it was Coyle Ray versus Lotto or something, like. But I just feel like it's something that's just deep rooted in the industry of like feuding brings more, which it does. Don't get me wrong, because we
were all watching. I was watching.
We nosy, but I'm like, dang, how come we have to be examples of that.
I hated to see them argue like that and give these. Honestly, I don't even know the name of the people who got on social media and kind of said what they said. I don't even know who they are, but I only saw them because they said what they said. So they just bringing more views to these people who are really, to me, I don't know who they are. Mm-hmm. So I feel like they, as a friend, like if I was their friend, I would say handle this behind the scenes. Yeah, they could have talked it out.
What they wanted.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. You literally giving them what they want. But.
And like Charlamagne said, like, well, it's easier said than done. Like, don't focus on the comments. I understand that completely. At the same time, I do feel like you want to feel like your feelings are validated, right? So if Jess is feeling a way, if I'm feeling this, it ain't half the world feeling this, like...
Yeah, I know I'm not crazy.
Then I know I'm not crazy. And then some people, they just purposely do stuff. They just troll on purpose, because they want to get a reaction.
And they got the reaction that they wanted.
Yeah, yeah.
Another aspect of this, because I was reading the comments. I love reading comments. Well, when it's not about me. Yes. They were saying, like, bringing pregnancy involved. And some people were like, oh, you shouldn't have got pregnant. And you wouldn't have been in this situation. And I'm like, wow, that's crazy that's the world we live in.
Yes.
Where this girl can go have a baby and come back and still have her seat at the table. And people are blaming her for that.
No, and that, honestly, I didn't see that, but that reminds me of, like, whenever, I think Cardi B got pregnant first. Or, like... Because at first people would be like, if she get pregnant, her career is gonna change.
Oh yeah.
And then she ended up getting pregnant, and she came back, and she was still on it. And then I think it wasn't until Rihanna got pregnant when she wore like the maternity outfits and the stomach showing. And it's like people are making this like, okay, it's okay to be pregnant as a woman, but pregnant women make the world go round. Like, you're supposed to populate, So why are you being bashed for wanting to give birth or have kids? Like, that ain't right.
It's not. I will say the other side of it though. And who knows if this happened purposefully, like if she got pregnant on purpose or what. People were like, girl, you just got that job. You should have waited just a little bit.
I think she was pregnant
already.
Probably. Like maybe like 4 weeks,
Yeah.
And she probably didn't feel comfortable letting them know, like, I'm pregnant. Who knows what they may, try to do,
Right.
Like, so... I don't know. We don't know her life.
We don't know.
I think maybe she was probably pregnant before.
Maybe.
I would do the same thing though. If I was 4 weeks pregnant and I just got a job,
a big opportunity like that.
No, I ain't telling y'all gonna wait.
But we'll see. I'm sure they'll hash it out.
We hopes, ladies, hopes.
So we're speaking about drama. Free Karen. No, I'm playing. Karen Huger. If you watch The Housewives of Potomac, and you know that one of the stars on the show, Karen Huger, has been arrested. She got to do a year in jail. She is over 60 or 60 years old. She like to call it, triple 30? She triple 30. Could you imagine? Oh, well, she's going to jail because she had a DWI. So it's a pretty serious offense. And apparently this is not her first offense. So... Could you imagine going to jail at 60?
No, I think I'll lose my mind. I really will lose my mind.
Yeah.
And I have, drove under the influence. And I would never recommend that to anybody.
No, of course not.
Ever. And I know people who have had, like DUIs and stuff. I think the scary part is when you don't learn the lesson the first time. It's like sometimes like, when our parents say don't touch the stove, it's hot.
Mm-hmm.
They are, before there's even a consequence, they're giving us that warning. Mm-hmm. Like, don't do it. It's hot. And it's like, for some reason, all we hear is do it. Like, so it's like, man, like, this, not out of judgment, but this isn't the first offense. This is not the second, and the third led you to this, and maybe because she has money and she has, like this certain power in reality TV where she may not get the time, that maybe a person that didn't have those resources will get, like.
I think the times before she didn't, but now it's serious.
They're not playing?
They're not playing.
Like, I think I skipped the season. Like a Potomac?
Yeah. They're not playing. Like, she actually got jail time this time. I think last time maybe I'm not sure what she got, but she didn't have to go to jail. So this time they were like, you know what? Yeah. And sometimes you gotta feel it to learn.
Yes. Because
sometimes when you get out of stuff, you be like, ooh, see, I can do it again.
I'm invincible.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. So, I mean, I hate to see it, but at this point, something has to be done. They were saying that she has a drinking issue, which also sucks. Mm-hmm.
Well,
have you been watching? You were saying you need something to binge watch, and Atlanta Housewives is back.
I did watch the first episode.
You did?
Yeah. So I haven't watched it in so long.
Uh-huh.
But I am a fan of Portia.
Yes.
And I'm like, okay, she back.
Yeah.
Like, there's my nosy side.
Uh-huh.
I don't have like cable or like the Bravo streaming thing. I saw it on YouTube.
Okay.
And so I watched it on YouTube.
Yeah.
Sorry, trying to get nobody in trouble. But I was like, this looks good. Like, really good. Like, I'm interested. When does it come on again?
I think on Sundays. It comes on Sundays. I think the second episode has already come out.
Okay, I did not watch the second episode.
And it's full of drama.
Okay.
Because Portia, this is going to be a spoiler, so if you haven't seen it. It's so crazy because, I don't know, so you didn't watch the past seasons, but Portia ended up marrying one of the girls' husbands on the show.
Yes.
So now, Drew Sidora, who's also on the show, she has a peach, is working with her baby daddy.
Yes, I saw that. Uh-huh.
To make music and stuff. And she ain't happy about it, but everybody like, girl, how you mad when you just married somebody else's whole man?
Okay, so I got a question. We just gonna bring it back in our personal lives. Have you ever, what is it called? I guess it's hypocrisy, right? Like being a hypocrite, like, okay, like, I can do it, but you can't. Have you ever experienced that in your life where you have to check yourself? Like, ooh, like I feel a way, but I shouldn't because X, Y, and Z.
Right to mind. I'm trying to see.
But why do you think I already know mine?
You already know? That's why you asked the question?
I think for me, this was back in my toxic girl days.
Uh-huh.
I grew. But it was like, let's say I was talking to a guy, and it wasn't really nothing serious, just more like getting to know each other or whatever. But I would, communicate with other guys, just all getting to know each other. I know I'm not going to do nothing, like I know that we ain't going down that road, so it's just fun, it's just entertaining. Mm-hmm. But when I find out that you talking to other girls, something could happen out of this, like, and so no, you can't do that, like, and so I found myself like, okay, you being a hypocrite because you can do it, but he can't. And I think it was more so because I trust myself more. I know that nothing's gonna happen, but I don't know about that over there. Yeah. So I guess that I felt the way. I felt the way. Don't get me wrong, but it was wrong. I was being a hypocrite.
That is wrong. But you're not like that no more, though.
Yes. No, I grew from them days. Grew up. Them life lessons.
Yes.
But like, speaking of like growing up, I can honestly say living in Austin kind of like was my foundation of growing up.
Really?
Yeah, like when I graduated, from Houston, born and raised, but graduating from Bel Air and then moving to Austin, I lived out here for like 7 years.
That's true, right? Because Texas stayed at college, but then you stayed after college.
Yeah, so I went to Concordia first.
Okay.
In Austin. And then I transferred to Texas State.
Okay.
And I was like, man, I love it out here. But in my young adulthood, like, I was really finding myself. Mm-hmm. Like, being away from home. Like, my parents wasn't around. I got my own apartment. What? Like, doing all those things.
He was having too much fun.
Too. And so I I can say a lot of those life lessons I learned, like Austin, kind of grew me up in my young adulthood.
It did.
Yeah. Would you say the same?
Because, I left, like, after, what was I, Texas State for 2 years? Mm-hmm. But I have definitely had my college fun. Left, then came back for work. I've definitely grown since I've been here.
Yeah.
I've grown. I've lived my family life, I guess, because prior to this, I was in Mississippi, and we wasn't really living together, but this is where we came and, like, build our family. Mm-hmm, so, yeah, it has been. What would you say the big difference is from living in Austin and living in Houston?
I feel like it's so many. It's so many.
The big one is food.
Oh, yeah.
That's like the obvious one.
The obvious one, Houston definitely got better food.
And people always say, like, oh, Austin is a foodie city. And I'm like...
It used to be, though, like the food trucks and stuff.
They still have food trucks.
Yeah, but like whenever I lived out here my college years, man, the food trucks and taco trucks on 6th Street was popping.
Yeah.
Like, and when my family come out here, like my sister, we went to 2 restaurants. And I was like, how the food? She was like, it's straight. I'm like, that's all you got? Like, I'm like, dang, it's obvious.
Yeah.
This is probably why I've been cooking more.
Right. I see you today, I'm like, girl, you looking shitty. Earl been cooking. That's why the food ain't the same.
It's not.
It's not the same.
But just as obvious as the food, it's another factor that's not the same.
Now I know what you're about to say.
What?
The people?
Yes. People. Austin people versus Houston people is just different.
Yeah. Like,
living in Austin, like my young adulthood, I really like see somebody walking down, good morning, hey, how are you? I see you, smile, like that welcoming spirit.
It is. People are friendly here. I will say the Southern hospitality is alive.
When I moved back to Houston, I got so many mugs. Like, she too friendly. She soft. She weak. And I'm like, bro, I just having a good day. Like, what?
That's so funny because I don't know if that's a Houston thing, but, like, we do not want somebody to think we weak.
No, like, for real. It's like,
you got me messed up.
So I have to force myself not to smile as much. That's like, man, like, that's who I am.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, also the obvious is there's less black people here. So when I go home, I be like, whew. You just can tell the difference. Because you go into a restaurant and it's just full of black people.
Yes.
When you go home to Houston, it's just, the vibe is just totally different.
I think it's 7%?
Yes, 7% black here. And most people who are black from here, obviously there are black people who are from Austin, but most people are here for work.
Yep.
We're black professionals. So,
yeah.
But it's different, but I've grown to actually love it.
Oh, yes.
Because I feel like Houston is a little chaotic in the sense of traffic. It's just so much, so many people, so many options, so much to do. Here, there's stuff to do, but it's quieter. Yes,
it slows you down. Yeah. Like, not in a bad way, though. You can still be productive. You can still chase your dreams. I think, but you don't have all the extra noise. Mm-hmm. And one thing that I learned living in Houston is, like, I think the priorities is just different. Or maybe the people I was around or, friends of friends' priorities was different. It was like, okay, my priority is I'm going to be outside all night. I'm going to find this dude that's going to buy my drinks. I'm going to buy these designer bags so I can look like I got this. I'm trying to find the baller, and it's like in Austin. And even though majority of my time is spent at work or with my daughter, or like podcasting, I just feel like their priorities is not that. Mm-hmm. Like, of course it's a college town. You got UT, they want to party.
You're talking about Austin?
Yeah, like they want to party and stuff like that. But like the demographic of it in total is not about the come up on like somebody else.
Right. No, it's not. It's not. Houston is definitely about the come up.
Yeah, and I think that's why I was like, I can't wait to get back to Austin. Even though I love Houston, don't get me wrong, my family out there.
I love Houston.
Yeah.
It's just different. Mm-hmm. A club life is different. It's more fun. Like, if you're looking for the scene to go to the clubs, it's in Houston. Mm-hmm. Here, Austin is more of a bar life.
Yeah.
Like, you can bar hop, do that. People don't really dress up here either. Mm-mm. So if you're coming here on vacation, be comfy, because everybody else will be comfy.
Right, but wearing some shorts and a shirt and tennis shoes. And
loafers.
I will also say like the interracial relationships out here is so strong. I think also because of the
you don't really have a choice.
So like for me, me wanting to be with someone within my race, it was more of a culture shock. Like from Houston, you turn around the corner, you see a handsome black man, left, right. You know, like in Austin, it's just like, where do I go? You know, like it's not here, not there. So yeah, that's a difference too.
We have to create groups. Like there's groups like Black Austin and different things, but we gotta get on social media and be like, hey, we all gonna be here at this time. Yes. If you want to see us, come here at this time. We'll be gathering. Mm-hmm. We'll be together. So,
no, for real.
It's definitely interesting. But I like the laid back clothes because I barely have to wear heels. In Houston, you going out, you gotta dress. You gotta put the heels on, the outfit on. You gotta be looking mwah. Like that's just what it is.
Yeah.
Austin, you just throw on whatever and be killing them.
I haven't worn heels in a minute. Like, have to like learn how to like relearn how to walk in heels again. Like, yeah.
I mean, I even go to the club. Obviously, I put on, I be looking cute, but you don't have to go as far as you do when you go to Houston.
Yeah, for real. But we still love Houston,
I do. I love visiting.
Mm-hmm. No, for real, like, even when I moved out here, the second time, like, my pops was like, okay, so when are you moving back? I'm like, I'm not. Like, I plan on buying a house out here. Like, I really feel like I want to be rooted in Austin. Like, I really feel like this is, like, my adopted home.
My goal was always to get back home. Always. Up until recently. Mm-hmm. I don't know. Yeah. I'm just like, I don't know. I feel like I want to stay because I like it here.
Yeah.
And I like being able to visit home. Just 2.5 hour drive, go up the street, come back, and be in my space.
Yeah. It reminds me, whenever you left Texas State, I was so sad.
Really?
For real, he was like my only friend at that time, like, so I was like, man, my girl gone. But the way you'll be driving back and forth from Houston to San Marcos, I'm like, bro, like, how do you do it? Like, okay, I gotta do this. Like, you had like tryouts, or you had a game,
I would drive back and forth a lot.
Yeah, and it's really up the street.
It really is.
Even though it's such a cultural difference, it's really up the street. Yeah. Especially if you got like family in Katy.
Yeah.
2-hour drive.
Period.
Yeah.
H-Town. I promise we're not bashing.
No, not at all. And I think, like, sorry, this is my last thing. With Austin and due to, like, the groups and stuff, it allows people to come together and support.
Yeah.
Like, a little bit more supportive because, like, ain't much of us out here, so I might as well stick together.
You see what?
Hey, you like us? Yeah.
You always got to speak. When I see a black person out here, we always, hey,
they're not, hey, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Because it's rare. But it just is what it is. It is what it is. And I love the outdoorsy part about Austin, too.
That's what I got to work on.
Now that it's warming back up, I think it's spring today? I think spring may have started today. I don't know. It was winter just recently, though, like yesterday. And we've been in, like, the 90s. High 80s. So this is the time to get out before summer actually hits.
Yeah. I'm not really the most outdoorsy person.
Paddleboarding. Well, you gotta learn how to swim first.
I do.
But you can wear a life jacket. I took my mom paddleboarding. She don't know how to swim.
Okay.
We didn't fall in or anything like that. You just put on a life jacket.
I did the kayak. Is it kayaking when you?
You can kayak too.
I did that one time.
In a kayak?
Yeah. No, not doing it again.
Why?
I need to just fall in love with the water. Like, thing is, I love water. I love the view of water. I love how it makes me feel. I love it so much, but it's like, I don't want to be scared of you. Yeah. So once I'm no longer scared of the water, so when I learn how to swim, I'll be more open to doing, like, water activities.
Yeah. Yeah. Because I love, too, and it's been a minute, but I love, like, renting out a boat and getting on a lake.
Okay. Do you get in the water on the lake?
I do.
What?
I get into Lake Travis. I know how to
swim. Okay. So I'll be on the boat. Look, where my drink at?
I'll get in. Like, it's so much fun. I'm ready for that. Just the parks and hiking. I used to do more hiking, like not real hiking, but we have like little hiking areas, and I do that for a little bit or whatever. It's nice.
You know, also, like, there's places out here where you can bring your kids, you know, like, a lot of kid-friendly places and, like, pet-friendly places as well, too.
Definitely pet-friendly.
You know, like, and I would say, like, and no, I didn't explore every single place in Houston, but one of the problems would be, okay, I want my daughter to come with me. I just want to drink a cocktail, you know, like, whatever, eat some food. I want her to come. But then I was like, no, because they're going to be hookah here, hookah there, you know, like I said, I don't want her in that environment. Have I seen it? Yes. But that's not what I want.
Right.
You know, and so like out here, it's like there's so many family-friendly places.
There is.
You know, that you can bring your kids.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That is true. And the dogs. But yes. People be having dogs at restaurants left and right, at the bars. But now I have a dog, so.
You're a dog mom.
I am a dog mom. We'll see how long that lasts.
It's a forever thing.
She's so sweet though. Her name's Fifi. She's a lab and something else. She's a rescue, so don't come at me. Yeah. But she's so sweet. Like, she loves to cuddle, and I did not want the dog. My husband wanted the dog. He had been asking for a long time. Yeah. A long time. So I finally gave in. But actually, I really love the dog. Like, I get up in the morning, go like, hey. Yeah. And then I take her for a walk because I've been needing to walk, or like, so we'll go do that, or we'll go run. So she kind of forces me to work out too. So I benefit as well. Yeah.
That reminds me of Journey. She was like, one day she threw me off guard. She was like, Mom, I'm a dog mom. And I said, huh? Like, we ain't got no dogs. She's like, Daddy got him a dog. I said, and you're a dog mom? You barely like dogs. Like, what?
Are you a dog daughter? I guess a sister.
And so I was like, so what's the dog name? I don't know. I said, okay, baby. All right, never mind.
Well, that's the closest you're going to get for a while, so just enjoy that. Let her have that.
Right. I told her dad, I said, you told her she a dog mom? He's like, well, I didn't want her to be like a dog daughter. I'm like, you know what, whatever.
But that's what I'm like, I think she got a dog sister. But that's fine. Yeah. That works. I really like the dog, though, so.
I will be ready for a dog. Maybe like, maybe 5 years. And I already know what type of dog I want. I want a golden doodle.
Okay. Why 5 years? That's a long time.
Well, I'm just projecting the time that I should be married. Okay. You know, so.
Okay. We're going to speak it, baby.
And so I don't want to get a dog right now. Like, it's just me and my daughter, you know? Like, but once I have my husband, we can get a dog, you know? And there'll be a shared responsibility. And, yeah. I already know the name of the dog, too.
Wow.
Yeah, it's going to be a boy. Okay. And he's going to be called 7th Street.
Okay. Why that? That's very specific.
Yes. Because
you call him Sevi?
Yeah, so well, his name will be 7, and then his middle name is Street.
Okay.
Yeah, so 7th Street. And when you think about 7th Street, what you think of?
No clue. That's why I'm confused. Where you get this from?
Okay, when people come visit Austin, what do they always say?
They go to 6th Street.
Right, but in Austin, yes, 6th Street, right? But he's not going to be a 6th Streeter. He's going to be a 7th Streeter.
What show are we doing on 7th Street?
I don't know, but that's my favorite number. So I was gonna name him.
Just making up stuff.
I was gonna name him 7 because that's the only tattoo I have is the number 7.
Okay.
So that is my favorite number.
Okay.
But I'm like, okay, but I do want to make it Austin-y, and I'm like, oh, so like 7th Street. Everybody always talking about like Rainy Street, 6th Street.
Okay, there we go.
You know.
There you go. You bringing it to me. That was lost. Okay, I see.
So 7th Street, I can't wait till we find each other and meet each other. And I gotta save money for you because you're gonna be super expensive.
I know. Treats, food, vet, all that.
And then you gotta start using your pet insurance.
I know. We gotta get that. I just heard about pet insurance. My best friend was telling me about it because she got a dog. Yeah. She was like, "You gotta get pet insurance." I'm like, "You can insure a dog?"
It's a thing.
It's just too much work. It's just too much. But yeah, that's good. You're gonna wait because having a dog is a lot of work. You have to train them, let them out. You gotta play with them.
Right. By that time, Journey will be 12.
Okay, then she can do it.
Yep, she can help. Yep, there's gonna be 3 people helping. I guess we can close it. You know, I wouldn't be me if I was not gonna ask you a deep question. We ain't close it.
Look at my face.
So, what is a lesson that you learned this year? And I know the year just started, but we are always going to be students of our lives, right? And so, what is something that you have learned in these past 3 months? I'll start.
Tell me.
Okay. Mine is, I always like say it takes a village. It takes a village, right? Like, but in this season, it's taking a village in every aspect of my life. You know, like not just in parenthood, you know, like having the podcast, you know, it takes a village. And I can't wait till we grow our team, you know, like when it comes to that, when it comes to my career, when it comes to like going to church and having a godly community around me, like it's just taking a village. And I used to think I can do bad all by myself, you know, like I used to find strength and power in trying to accomplish things on my own. And then I realized like it's a team effort. Like it's a team thing, you know, and you are much stronger having a team around you. So that's what I learned this so far.
Yeah. I will say that I've known this, but I've brought this back into my life as a main focus, and is that you have to have faith.
Yeah.
And your mind is so powerful, right? So when a lot of times when we feel like something's not going to happen or it's not happening fast enough, you just got to keep having faith and don't get discouraged, because your mind can impact when and how things happen. So that's definitely been something that I've been thinking a lot about.
No, that's super good. That's super good. I love that. So y'all, we had a great time spending time with y'all today. And if you don't have any words to say, Daranesha, I'm going to close this out.
We're going to close it out.
All right.
Fun, but we don't play. Fun, but we don't play.
Fun, but we don't play. Hey! And we out.